American actor Dwayne Johnson, also known by his wrestling ring name The Rock, has a long career in media, appearing in films, television series, and video games. His films have grossed over $3.5 billion in North America and over $12.5 billion worldwide, making Johnson one of the most successful and highest-grossing box office stars of all time. Johnson had his first acting roles in Beyond the Mat and The Mummy Returns, and played his first lead role in the spin-off The Scorpion King. He has since starred in numerous other successful films, including The Rundown, Welcome to the Jungle, Walking Tall, Southland Tales, The Game Plan, Get Smart, Race to Witch Mountain, Tooth Fairy, Journey to The Mysterious Island, G.I. Joe, Retaliation, Pain and Gain, Hercules, San Andreas, Central Intelligence, Moana, Rampage, Skyscraper, and Jungle Cruise. Johnson's most successful box office role has been Luke Hobbs in the Fast and the Furious franchise. He first appeared as the character in Fast 5 and helped catapult the film series into one of the top-grossing movie franchises in history. He starred in the sequels, Fast and Furious 6, Furious 7, and The Fate of the Furious. The character's popularity led to the Fast and the Furious spin-off film Hobbs and Shaw. Another notable franchise starring Johnson is the Jumanji franchise, as he has starred in the successful films, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and its sequel, Jumanji, The Next Level. Johnson also starred in the HBO series Ballers starting in 2015. The show ran for 5 seasons and was ranked as HBO's most-watched comedy in 6 years. Most recently, Dwayne Johnson has appeared in the popular video game Fortnite Battle Royale, in which he voiced the character known as The Foundation, and again on October 20, 2022 as Black Adam. The filmography does not include his professional wrestling appearances in any form of media or featured televised productions. Early life. Johnson was born in Hayward, California on May 2, 1972, the son of Ada Johnson and former professional wrestler Rocky Johnson. Growing up, Johnson lived briefly in Grey Lynn in Auckland, New Zealand with his mother's family, where he played rugby and attended Richmond Road Primary School before returning to the U.S. Johnson's father was a black Nova Scotian with a small amount of Irish ancestry. His mother is Samoan. His father and tag team partner Tony Atlas were the first black tag team champions in WWE history, in 1983. His mother is the adopted daughter of Peter Maivia, who was also a professional wrestler. Johnson's maternal grandmother Leah was the first female pro wrestling promoter, taking over Polynesian Pacific Pro Wrestling after her husband's death in 1982 and managing it until 1988. Through his maternal grandfather Maivia, Johnson is a non-blood relative to the Anoa'i wrestling family. In 2008, Johnson inducted his father and grandfather into the WWE Hall of Fame. Johnson attended Montclair Elementary School in Charlotte, North Carolina before moving to Hamden, Connecticut, where he attended Shepherd Glen Elementary School and then Hamden Middle School. Johnson attended President William McKinley High School in Honolulu and then Glencliff High School and McGavock High School, both in Nashville, and then Freedom High School in Bethlehem Township in the Lehigh Valley, where he graduated in 1990. At Freedom High School in the Lehigh Valley, Johnson initially struggled and was drawn into a culture of conflict and petty crime. Before the age of 17, he was arrested multiple times for fighting, theft, and check fraud and was suspended 2 weeks for fighting. The local newspaper later described him as a troubled teenager with a history of run-ins with police. Freedom High School football coach Jody Quick, however, saw athletic potential in Johnson, and recruited him to join Freedom's football team, where he played defensive tackle. The experience proved the beginning of a personal transformation for Johnson. My thought process started to change. That's when I started thinking about goals and what I wanted to accomplish, He has since said about his high school football experience. In addition to playing football at Freedom High School, Johnson also was a member of the school's track and field and wrestling teams. Like the school's football team, its track and field and wrestling teams competed in the Eastern Pennsylvania Conference, a high school athletic conference known for being among the nation's best. The EPC's wrestling programs have been ranked best in the nation by Win magazine and have been described as among the nation's best in the sport for nearly 3 decades, and Johnson quickly found himself facing some of the nation's most accomplished high school wrestlers. By his senior year at Freedom High School, Johnson had only played 2 years of high school football, but the fact that he had excelled on a team in an elite high school athletic division known nationally for producing a long list of professional and Olympic-level athletes, including future NFL stars Andre Reed, Saquon Barkley, Kaiser White, and others, drew the attention of NCAA Division I collegiate programs. College football recruiters ranked Johnson as one of the top 10 high school defensive tackles in the nation. He opted to accept a full athletic scholarship offer from the University of Miami, whose football program was then one of the best in the nation. Football career. College career. As he did in high school in Pennsylvania, Johnson continued to play defensive tackle at the University of Miami. In his freshman year there, he was a member of Miami's 1991 national championship team. In his 4 years playing for the University of Miami team, however, Johnson found himself behind elite players on the depth chart, including future NFL star and Pro Football Hall of Fame inductee Warren Sapp, and appeared mostly in backup roles. In 1995, Johnson graduated from the University of Miami with a Bachelor of General Studies and a dual major in criminology and physiology. In addition to being a member of the University of Miami's top-tier collegiate football team, Johnson also was one of the University of Miami's most prolific student speakers in the Miami area community, frequently delivering positive messages about his own struggles and encouraging them to remain in school and avoid the dangers of drug use. Canadian Football League. Following his May 1995 graduation from the University of Miami, Johnson was signed by the Calgary Stampeders of the Canadian Football League. Calgary moved Johnson from defensive tackle, the position he had played on the high school and collegiate levels, to linebacker. He was assigned to Calgary's practice roster, but was cut 2 months into Calgary's 1995 season. Professional wrestling career. Early career. After being cut by Calgary, Johnson began his professional wrestling career the following year, in 1996. Veteran wrestler Pat Patterson secured several tryout matches for Johnson with the World Wrestling Federation in 1996. Wrestling at first under his real name, Johnson defeated the Brooklyn Brawler at a house show on March 10 and lost matches to Chris Candido and Owen Hart. After wrestling at Jerry Lawler's United States Wrestling Association under the name Flex Kavanaugh and winning the USWA Tag Team Championship twice with his partner Bart Sawyer in the summer of 1996, Johnson was signed to a WWF contract. He received additional training from Tom Pritchard, alongside H.M. Albrecht and Mark Henry. World Wrestling Federation/Entertainment. Debut and Intercontinental Champion. The Nation of Domination. WWF Champion and rise to superstardom. Record-breaking World Champion. Final feuds and departure. Non-wrestling appearances. Independent circuit. On September 30, 2009, The Rock appeared at a World Extreme Wrestling show to support the professional wrestling debut of Sirona Snuka, the daughter of his longtime friend and mentor Jimmy Snuka. Return to WWE. Feud with John Cena. Sporadic appearances. Impact Wrestling. The Rock made an appearance at Impact Wrestling's 2020 Bound for Glory on October 20, 2020 in Nashville via a recorded video message to induct Ken Shamrock into the Impact Hall of Fame. Mainstream crossover. The Rock appeared on Wyclef Jean's 2000 single It Doesn't Matter and in its music video. He also recorded Pie with Slick Rick for WWF The Music, Volume 5. In 1999, Johnson appeared on That 70s Show as his father Rocky Johnson. The next year, he was on Star Trek, Voyager as an alien wrestler that used The Rock's famous moves. In 2000, he hosted Saturday Night Live for the first time. Fellow wrestlers Triple H, Big Show, and Mick Foley also appeared on the show. Johnson has stated the success of that episode is the reason he began receiving offers from Hollywood studios. He has since hosted SNL another 4 times. In 1999, The Rock was listed number 5 on Entertainment Weekly's Top 12 Entertainers of the Year. In 2000, Access Hollywood ranked him number 6 in their list of the top 10 celebrities of 2000. That year, Rock was also listed in the Forbes Celebrity 100 and People magazine's 25 Most Intriguing People. The Rock was listed on Entertainment Weekly's 101 Most Influential People in both 2000 and 2001. In 2001, he was also listed on E!'s 20 Top Entertainers. In 2002, The Rock was listed on E!'s 25 Toughest Stars. In 2003, he was listed in VH1's 200 Greatest Pop Culture Icons and was number 13 in People magazine's 50 Favorite TV Stars. The Rock made a surprise appearance at the official Xbox unveiling during Bill Gates's keynote speech at the ongoing Computer Electronics Show in 2001. Johnson's motion picture debut was as the Scorpion King in The Mummy Returns. The movie broke a 2-year record for the highest-grossing single day in film history by earning $28,594,667. The movie's financial success led to Johnson's first leading role in the spin-off The Scorpion King. He received $5.5 million for the role, and Guinness World Records named him the record holder for highest paid actor in their first leading role. The Rock has appeared on the covers of many magazines, including Rolling Stone, Entertainment Weekly, and TV Guide. He has also appeared in, and been the cover athlete for, several video games. As of November 2021, his Instagram account is the 4th most followed in the world with over 280 million followers. Legacy and Career Assessment. The Rock has been listed as one of the all-time greatest professional wrestlers as well as one of the top draws in wrestling history. Many have placed The Rock on their Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling, including Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and John Cena. In Cablevision's Television Beyond Broadcasting, The Rock was described as, for a long time, the WWE's biggest star and probably held the greatest international appeal. R.D. Reynolds stated in his book The Wrestle Crap Book of Lists that The Rock was the biggest star for WWE from 1999 until 2004. The Rock main event, the most bought pay-per-view worldwide in WWE history, the most bought pay-per-view domestically in WWE history, the highest-rated Raw in history, the highest-rated SmackDown in history, and was part of the highest-rated cable segment in WWE history with Mankind entitled This Is Your Life, in which Mankind would honor The Rock with various gifts and reunions. His return in 2001 did a 7.1 rating, which was the highest-rated segment of the entire year. The Rock was also part of the highest-rated match of the 21st century with his WWF Championship defense, on May 1, 2000, against Shane McMahon. Did an 8.3 rating, making it the highest-rated segment of all time behind This Is Your Life. In 2011, The Rock's return to an episode of Raw generated an average of 4.7 million viewers in the United States, with 7.4 million tuning in during his promo. Raw 1000 was the highest-rated Raw episode of 2012, and his segment with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan was the highest-rated segment of the show. In 2013, the night after The Rock won the WWE Championship for the first time in over a decade, at Royal Rumble, Raw got its highest rating of that year. Derived from one of his catchphrases, "Lay the Smackdown," WWE introduced its second flagship program, WWE SmackDown, in 1999, which later became television's second longest-running weekly episodic program in history. The term SmackDown was instituted in Merriam-Webster dictionaries since 2007. The Rock holds the record for most Raw shows main event in 1 year, most SmackDown shows main event in 1 year, and tied with Stone Cold Steve Austin for most PPV shows main event in 1 year. At the 2021 Survivor Series, WWE held a 25-man battle royal to celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Rock's WWE debut. The match was won by Omo's acting career. Early years. Johnson entered Hollywood and the film industry, becoming a star initially through his wrestling popularity and noted work ethic. Over his acting career, he became one of the highest paid and most successful actors in Hollywood. He began his acting career on television while wrestling. In his first television acting job, in 1999, he played his own father in an episode of that 70s show called That Wrestling Show. Nearly a year later, he appeared in the Star Trek Voyager episode Tsunkatsi as an alien wrestler who fought popular character 7 of 9. While Johnson was away from WWE, the company continued to sell The Rock merchandise, and he continued to be featured prominently in the opening montages of their television shows. Johnson began his theatrical career in The Mummy Returns, The Scorpion King, The Rundown, and Walking Tall. He played a supporting role in Be Cool, most notable for the meta element of playing a bodyguard that wants to become an actor, and was the primary antagonist in Doom. He also had roles in Gridiron Gang, Reno 9/11, Miami, and Southland Tales. He played a cocky famous American football player in The Game Plan and Agent 23 in Get Smart. He presented the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects at the 80th Academy Awards. 2010s and mainstream success. Johnson's first big box office success came in 2011, portraying Luke Hobbs in Fast 5. The film became the 7th highest-grossing film of 2011. He became known for reinvigorating film franchises after portraying Marvin F. Hinton/Roadblock in G.I. Joe, Retaliation, and reprising his role as Luke Hobbs in Fast and Furious 6, while also starring in true story films Pain and Gain and Empire State. That same year, he hosted and produced the TNT reality competition series The Hero, and won the Favorite Male Butt Kicker Award at the 2013 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. In May 2013, it was announced that he would executive produce and star in Ballers, an HBO comedy-drama series about NFL players living in Miami. By December of that year, Forbes named him the top-grossing actor of 2013, with his films bringing in $1.3 billion worldwide for the year. Forbes credited the success of Fast and Furious 6, which grossed $789 million globally, and his frequent acting work as primary reasons for topping the list. Johnson starred as the title character in Hercules and reprised his role as Luke Hobbs in Furious 7. He hosted another reality series for TNT in 2014, entitled Wake Up Call, which saw him lending a helping hand to everyday people who were facing enormous challenges in their lives alongside guest experts such as Rocco DiSpirito, Jillian Michaels, and Josh Shipp. In 2016, Johnson co-starred with Kevin Hart in the action comedy Central Intelligence and had a lead voice role in the Disney animated film Moana, in which he voiced the Polynesian demigod Maui. He reprised his role as Luke Hobbs in The Fate of the Furious, which was released in 2017. Johnson starred in 2 other blockbuster movies that year, Baywatch and Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle as Mitch Buchanan and Dr. Smolder Bravestone, respectively. In 2018, he starred in the action films Rampage and Skyscraper. Johnson's role within the Fast and the Furious franchise continued with Hobbs and Shaw, CO starring Johnson and Jason Statham. David Leitch directed the project from a script CO written by franchise writer Chris Morgan and Drew Pearce. The film began principal photography in September 2018, and was released on July 26, 2019. Though initially believed to be a part of F9, Johnson did not appear in the film. Instead, he opted to begin development on a sequel to Hobbs and Shaw. Johnson reprised his role as Bravestone in Jumanji: The Next Level. With the critical and financial success of Welcome to the Jungle, production of the movie began in early 2019, and was released on December 13, 2019. In 2021, Johnson co-starred with Emily Blunt in the Walt Disney Company's Jungle Cruise, as Frank Wolf and Lily Houghton, respectively. Cast in the role in August 2015, the film was based on the theme park ride of the same name. Jaume Collet-Serra served as director, with the script by Michael Green from a previous one CO written by J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay. In addition to his work on the film, Johnson assisted with redesigning the titular ride for all Disney theme parks. Jungle Cruise was released on July 30, 2021. Also in 2021, Johnson starred in Netflix's film Red Notice, written and directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber. It is the third time that the two collaborated, following Central Intelligence and Skyscraper. The film, CO starring Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds, began production in the fall of 2019. Johnson is noted for his busy schedule and developing multiple projects at once. A sequel to the box office hit San Andreas was announced to be in the pre-production stage, with the director of the first film, Brad Peyton, returning as director along with the main cast. On November 14, 2019, he announced a December 2021 release date for the standalone Black Adam film. Production on Black Adam began filming in April 2021, with it set to release on October 21, 2022. He earned $22.5 million to star in the film and received millions more for producing and promoting it on social media. Johnson has been a member of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in the Actors Branch since 2017. On March 16, 2021, he appeared for the first time as the Foundation in Fortnite Battle Royale. Johnson was initially uncredited in his role, yet teased his involvement in a cryptic Instagram post shared on the day of the event. Following another Instagram video for Johnson's Zoa energy drink, in which the Foundation's helmet and sidearm were subtly featured in the background, his involvement was finally confirmed during the Chapter 2 End event on December 4, 2021, with the Foundation removing his helmet to reveal that he shared Johnson's voice and likeness. Producing. In 2012, Johnson founded his production company 7 Bucks Productions. Though originally attached as producer and star, Johnson will now serve solely as the former on a film adaptation of the Janssen Directive. John Cena will fill the leading role, with Akiva Goldsman attached as screenwriter. Additionally, he will produce and star in a Netflix-exclusive film titled John Henry and the Statesman, as the titular folklore hero. The film will be directed by Jake Kasdan, from a script CO written by Kasdan and Tom Wheeler. With the first official teaser trailer released in October 2018, the project marks Kasdan and Johnson's third collaboration, following Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle and Jumanji: The Next Level. In 2019, Johnson produced and appeared as himself in Fighting with My Family, a comedy drama about Paige and her family, who are also professional wrestlers. Johnson will co-produce and star in The King, a film about King Kamehameha Nwikia, founder and first ruler of the Kingdom of Hawaii. The project will be directed by Robert Zemeckis from a script written by Randall Wallace. The movie will be comparable to Braveheart in tone, given Wallace's work on both films, and will depict the King's role in resolving the wars among the islands of Hawaii. The King was scheduled to begin production in 2020, but was halted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Johnson is also attached to produce/star in a sequel to Big Trouble in Little China, as well as project under development with Shane Black focusing on a new interpretation of Doc Savage. In 2021, his biographical comedy drama series Young Rock began airing on NBC. A film centered around Taith Adam/Black Adam, a part of the DC Extended Universe, was announced to be in development in January 2017. Originally cast in the role as early as September 2014 as the antagonist, in a film centered around the superhero Billy Batson/Shazam, his villainous role for Shazam was reworked into two separate films. Though Johnson would not appear in Shazam, he served as a producer and his likeness was used through special effects in flashback scenes. Other work. In 2000, Johnson published his autobiography, titled The Rock Says, which he co-wrote with Joe Layton. It debuted at number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list and remained on the list for several weeks. In 2013, Johnson hosted and produced the TNT reality competition series The Hero. In 2014, he hosted another TNT reality series entitled Wake Up Call. In 2019, Johnson started hosting an NBC competition series called The Titan Games. In March 2016, Johnson partnered with American fitness apparel manufacturer Under Armour to release Project Rock. The first item in his partnership with Under Armour, a gym bag, sold out in a couple of days. His second item, a black t-shirt sporting his signature Brahma Bull, sold out after being worn at WrestleMania 32. Johnson also released an alarm clock app as part of Project Rock that received more than 1 million downloads in its first week of release. Since then, they have released sneakers, headphones, and other apparel. In 2016, Johnson started his YouTube channel. His first video, The YouTube Factory, featured online personality Lily Singh and several other internet stars. In 2019, Johnson announced he would be launching his own competitive bodybuilding show alongside his business partner and ex-wife Dany Garcia, called Athleticon. It is set to rival other long-standing bodybuilding shows such as the Arnold Classic and Joe Weider's Mr. Olympia. The show was set to debut in October 2020 in Atlanta, Georgia, but plans were disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Johnson, who is a fan of the rapper Tech N9ne, featured on a song titled Face Off on the rapper's 2021 album ASIN9ne. Activism and philanthropy. Johnson attended the 2000 Democratic National Convention as part of WWE's nonpartisan Smack Down Your Vote campaign, which aimed to influence young people to vote. He also had a speaking role at the 2000 Republican National Convention that same year. Johnson voted for Barack Obama in the 2008 and 2012 presidential elections. He did not vote in the 2016 election, and is an independent voter as of 2017. He endorsed Joe Biden in the 2020 presidential election. Johnson has expressed an interest in running for president himself, telling USA Today in February 2021, "I would consider a presidential run in the future if that's what the people wanted." Following an online public opinion poll that found that 46% of Americans would consider voting for Johnson in a presidential election, he further stated during an April 12, 2021 interview on the Today Show that "I do have that goal to unite our country, and I also feel that if this is what the people want, then I will do that." In 2006, Johnson founded the Dwayne Johnson Rock Foundation, a charity working with at-risk and terminally ill children. On October 2, 2007, he and his then-wife, Dany Garcia, donated $1 million to the University of Miami to support the renovation of its football facilities. The University of Miami renamed the Hurricanes' locker room in Johnson's honor. In 2015, Johnson donated $1,500 to a GoFundMe to pay for an abandoned dog's surgery. In 2017, he donated $25,000 to Hurricane Harvey relief efforts. In 2018, Johnson donated a gym to a military base in Oahu, Hawaii. After the 2018 Hawaii floods, he worked with Malamakaui, a non-profit organization, to help repair damages caused by the floods. Johnson has also worked with Make-A-Wish Foundation on a number of occasions. Personal life. As a college student and football player at the University of Miami, Johnson first met fellow University of Miami student Dany Garcia in the early 1990s. The couple married on May 3, 1997. She is a businesswoman, IFBB professional bodybuilder, and producer. Their daughter, Simone, was born on August 14, 2001. On June 1, 2007, Johnson and Garcia announced they were separating amicably, and their divorce was finalized in May 2008. Johnson subsequently began dating Lauren Hashian, the daughter of Boston drummer Sib Hashian. They first met in 2006 while Johnson was filming The Game Plan. They were married on August 18, 2019, in Hawaii. The couple have two daughters, Jasmine and Tiana. Johnson and Hashian reside in Los Angeles and have a farm in Virginia and a second home in Southwest Ranches, Florida. In recognition of his service to the Samoan people, and because he is a descendant of Samoan chiefs, Johnson was given the noble title of Cioli by Malieto Tanumafili II during his visit there on August 9, 2004. In 2009, he gained Canadian citizenship through his father's birth and citizenship there. He received a partial Samoan PEA tattoo on his left side in 2003. In 2017, he had the small Brahma bull tattoo on his right arm covered with a larger half-sleeve tattoo of a bull's skull. In February 2020, WWE announced that Johnson's daughter Simone began training at the WWE Performance Center, making her the first fourth-generation WWE wrestler. On May 16, Johnson announced she had signed a contract with WWE, and in May 2022 announced that her wrestling name would be Ava Raine. Discography. Singles. As lead artist. As featured artist. Filmography. Championships and accomplishments. Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Match of the Year vs Mankind in an I Quit match at Royal Rumble. Match of the Year vs Hollywood Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania X8. Most Popular Wrestler of the Year. Wrestler of the Year. Ranked number 2 of the top 500 singles wrestlers in the PWI 500 in 2000. United States Wrestling Association. USWA World Tag Team Championship with Bart Sawyer. Wrestling Observer Newsletter. Best Box Office Draw. Best Gimmick. Best on Interviews. Most Charismatic. Most Improved. Wrestling Observer Newsletter Hall of Fame. WWE/World Wrestling Entertainment/Federation. WWE Championship. WCW Championship. WWF Intercontinental Championship. WWF Tag Team Championship with Mankind, The Undertaker, and Chris Jericho. Royal Rumble. 6th Triple Crown Champion. Deadly Games WWF Championship Tournament. Slammy Award. Best Actor. Game Changer of the Year with John Cena. Guess Who's Back or Return of the Year. LOL. Moment of the Year insulting John Cena using the history of Boston, Massachusetts, rock concert on the 20th anniversary episode of Raw. Match of the Year vs John Cena for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 29. New sensation. Tell me you didn't just say that. Insult of the Year insulting Rusev and Lana. This is awesome moment of the year with Ronda Rousey.